153, starting with the indie news. What else? We sometimes start with other. No, we don't. We start with indie news.
All the time.
I was going to say. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we're doing indie news, like I just said, like 3 or 4 times.
Indie news.
Indie news.
Yeah.
Indie news
News
about
news,
the
news,
indies.
News.
We've got a lot of stuff to talk about because we've got like 6 upcoming shows. But we're going to start with the results, where I'm going to start with Ring of Honor / New Japan's War of the Worlds 2017. This was a great show. We actually just watched this recently. Started with a 4-corner survival match.
Yeah.
Which the entrances and the match were won by Dalton Castle.
Yes.
Dalton Castle with his harem of boys.
Yes. He had 8 boys.
There was burly boys, there was little boys, there was tall boys.
They weren't really little boys.
Well, the regular...
I think his boys were the smallest boys.
And they're little boys. We're not talking not like kid little boys, but like they were little boys.
They're skinny boys.
Skinny boys. But yeah, those boys of all types of sizes.
And then they had like where he did his normal entrance shtick where they cover him with the fans and they pull the fans away and he spreads the giant wings.
Yeah.
And then, but on the other side behind him, the 6 other boys were standing against the ring and they all like fluttered their fans at the same time.
Yeah.
So you had a show going on in both directions.
Yeah, and streamers.
1,000,004 streamers.
Because Dalton Castle is over AF.
They were buried in streamers. The ring announcer had like streamers like around his neck and over his shoulders.
Yes.
He's wearing a weird like burnt orange colored shirt, by the way. Details that you need to know. The shirt color of Bobby Cruz, the ring announcer.
Absolutely. But Dalton Castle...
That's his name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bobby Cruz. Dalton Castle defeated Bobby Fish, Silas Young, and Kushida when he hit the bangarang on Bobby Fish.
That was the part that surprised me the most about the whole match.
The Bobby Fish took the finish?
Yeah, well, I mean,
The finish?
The finish, yeah. Well, I just expected the fact that if Dalton Castle was going to go over, I kind of expected him to go over on Silas.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense, I guess, with the fact that, what we saw on ROH TV the night after.
Yeah.
So, we'll get to that in a second. We had Hangman Page defeat Kazarian. Kazarian went for a sunset flip in the corner, and Hangman Page dropped down, hooked the leg, and then grabbed the ropes, and the referee did not see it. Kazarian was none too happy.
No.
So I'm sure we'll see that continue. War Machine, despite not defending their tag team titles, still won the triple threat tag team match. They defeated Evil and Sonata, and Gresham and Sabin. They did a pop-up power slam onto Sabin, and Hansen dove out onto the rest of the guys while Rowe picked up the pinfall. Great match.
Yeah, and I mean, even the fact that it was Jonathan Gresham and both members of Los Ingobernables de Japón on the outside, they still didn't match the width of Hansen lengthwise.
No, because Hansen's a big boy. He's a very big boy.
He kind of eclipsed them.
A little bit. Will Osprey versus Jay White was great. This was...
I'm going to say that this has the potential to stand up as match of the night.
I would say so.
I have this one kind of tied with one more.
Okay.
Side by side as match of the night, but this one was match of the night. I think
this was
off
your...
of especially like spots.
This was your first one-on-one experience of Jay White.
Not quite. I've seen him in other ROH on TV.
Okay, because I thought the only other one you'd seen was the 4-on-4 that decided who was going to be in that 4-way survival match.
Now, I've seen him do a couple other things on ROH.
I'm not a big fan of Jay White, but what he held his own against Will Ospreay, and I will give him that. He did dump Will Ospreay on his fucking head
twice
on the apron
once.
The apron was gnarly.
And then another one, like, literally, like, maybe a minute afterwards.
Yes. Yeah,
with the Trap Dragon suplex.
Yeah. The Deathplex.
These guys made each other look like $1 million.
Yeah, no, they went fucking nuts. And, I mean, it's another day at the office for Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Because
he's just fucking great. But, yeah, Jay White did hold his own in this match. Didn't pick up the win.
No, he got quite a few like convincing near falls though.
Yes, he did. Yeah, there were a few moments. He never hit the Kiwi Crusher, which is his finisher, but he did hit some pretty gnarly moves that could easily be new finishers.
He hit like a double underhook face buster.
Yeah.
That he like picked him up over like the opposing shoulder to where he had him hooked under, and then he dropped out like this face buster thing. That should be his finish.
Yeah, no, that was the one that did it for me. I was like, oh, is he changing up from the Kiwi Crusher? Especially because I think Osprey had just missed a shooting star or some sort of springy move, and it was immediately followed up by that. But Will Osprey did end up hitting his springboard cutter and defeated Jay White, and then both men were again destroyed by Punishment Martinez.
Yeah. Dick.
Well, his name is Punishment.
No, his name's Damien.
Damien Punishment. His nickname is Punishment. That's what he does. He punishes people.
No, his dick name is Punishment.
That's messed up. The ROH
he was an
six-man
asshole.
tag titles were on the line. We had the Briscoes and Bully Ray defending against Roppongi Vice and Hiroki Goto.
Bully Ray before the match made it no DQ.
Yes,
Because they were in ECW territory.
he came out Sandman style up in the crowd, announced it was hardcore, and then the Briscoes by themselves just took out all three members of Chaos right off the bat. Then
Because
Bully
it took a while for Bully Ray to actually get there.
Yeah, he was like up there. He wasn't like on the floor. He was up there. He had to come down a few flights of stairs to actually get down to the ring. But I mean, the Briscoes were handling it pretty well.
Yeah.
Bully just kind of added to it. They were hucking chairs at each other's faces.
Yeah, I think as far as like who got the worst of it, Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe had multiple moments where he was alone in the ring with any two or all three members of the Chaos team.
Yeah.
And like they just seemed like they wanted to see who could like hurl chairs at Mark harder.
Yep, and it was always at the face.
Yeah.
Always into Mark's face.
And like they whacked him so many times that like by the end of the match, like his whole back and neck and shoulders and arms were like beet red.
Yeah.
Like his whole body looked like a big welt.
Yeah. Mark was the absolute whipping boy of the entire match. But that might have worked out because they got all that babyface pop because, well, especially they had Bully Ray in ECW country. But Bully and the Briscoes retained the six-man tag titles after they powerbombed Trent through a table and then did a triple D. The triple D is what I want to call it. It's where it's a double flapjack into a cutter on Rocky. Goto was outside. He was done for much earlier in the match.
Well, they finished him off with the Mark Briscoe diving headbutt to the groin.
Really? I must have missed that part.
Because that's when Bully and...
Oh, they did the what's up.
They did the what's up.
That's what... Oh, yeah.
And that's when Cole's like, that's still a thing?
Yeah. Colt Cabana on commentary needs to keep being a thing because he's fantastic.
Can he get a special headset for when he wrestles, too, so he can keep
just have him
calling
commentate his matches. It'd be really weird if he's trying to call spots, though.
That's true.
TV title was on the line. Martys Girl defending against Matt Sydal. These guys had fantastic chemistry as well. Nice to see Matt Sydal wrestling again after all of the issues he had, as far as like where he was going to be able to wrestle and whatnot. But yeah,
Not in Japan.
Nope, not in Japan.
Not Japan Pro Wrestling.
But he might still be in a little bit of hot water because he didn't win the TV title. He missed the shooting star and was immediately locked in the chicken wing. And Martys Girl remains your ROH TV champion.
Yep.
That was immediately followed up by the Ring of Honor tag team titles. We had the Bucks defending against Tetsuya Naito and Bushi.
This was like, who could be more heel?
Yes. Yeah. And it's...
Because it's weird because it's like a branding of matches that you don't necessarily imagine that you would see in New Japan. Because it's Bullet Club versus Los Ingobernables.
Right.
Again. So it's basically like the two heel factions
Yeah.
of New Japan clashing. So it's not typically something you would imagine that you would see, except for during the different round robin tournaments when everybody has to face everybody else, sort of thing. Because the rest of the time, you know, the way wrestling matches go is like 99% of the time it's just one good guy versus one bad guy.
Right.
You know, you don't get that face versus face or the heel versus heel dynamic nearly as often.
Yeah, exactly. But the Bucks ended up picking up the win, retaining the ROH Tag Team titles after hitting the Meltzer driver on Bushi. So yeah, Bullet Club keeping their championships around. Then we had the dream match, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, this is the other one that I would say is
they
up there for a match.
They did an amazing job. The taunting back and forth was great. The crowd was like legitimately split.
Yeah, that's the best part about this is like, I give it like the potential being tied for match of the night for completely different reasons than Osprey versus White, because Osprey versus White was
athletically
fast pace, spot, big moves, crowd losing their minds over everyone dying in the match. Where this was like I can't go as like hardcore saying it was like Rock versus Hogan-esque like hype.
I was gonna go more Rock Austin.
But yeah, this was like, there's not a lot that you see on like a Ring of Honor pay-per-view or an independent show that you like haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Or haven't seen something similar to. But this was one of those moments where it was like, holy shit, we're seeing Cole and Tanahashi clash, like, against each other, and like the crowd was just hyped. Even the fact that they should by all means be spent by now, because we're getting close to the end of this like 3-hour long show.
Yeah, no, there's literally only one other match after this.
And
so.
And their split reaction to it though made it like that much cooler.
Yeah, it added to the already importance of the match.
And it was a very character-driven match versus being a
there wasn't a feud
spot-driven match.
Yeah, and there wasn't a feud that really built this up. It was just kind of like, oh man, we've always wanted to see Tanahashi versus Cole, and so now we have this
War
chance.
of the Worlds gets to make it happen.
Yeah, and a fantastic match between the two. A great Adam Cole just playing the perfect heel, but still everyone loving him. Tanahashi getting much more praise in America currently than he is in Japan. He's kind of starting to fizzle in Japan, but he's definitely getting a much more positive reaction with the American crowd. Playing a fantastic babyface as he always does. Ends up defeating Adam Cole with the high fly flow. Crowd is chanting "Thank you, Cole," because it's looking like Adam Cole's heading to WWE.
Yeah, well, I mean, and whether or not he does, even though that's where all the reports are heading,
because he currently is a free agent. He is not under contract with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, his contract expired a couple weeks ago with Ring of Honor.
So he's
and saying like this being like the first big Ring of Honor event since his contract has expired. You know, a lot of people were saying, oh, he's, you know, it would make sense for him to be appearing on a by appearance basis until he can like have the last pay-per-view match, sort of thing. So whether or not he heads to WWE, the crowd in general just kind of sees this as the Adam Cole going away party.
Yeah. And in that same fashion, you had the Young Bucks come out, who have been teaming with Adam Cole for at least the last year or so as the Super Clique. You have that curtain call moment. They're throwing up the 2 Sweet. Crowd's going crazy. Lots of embracing. Then the lights went out, and there was a video message from Kenny Omega, who was upset with Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, because just a few weeks ago Adam Cole tried to fire the Young Bucks from the Bullet Club, and he can't believe that, you know, the Young Bucks would forgive him for something like that, and, you know, all these things. And Kenny and Adam have never really liked each other. They've always butted heads in the Bullet Club.
And on top of that, he was none too thrilled that Adam Cole couldn't get the job done against Tanahashi.
Exactly. So, in true Bullet Club fashion, if you're just not good enough, you're probably going to get kicked out and you're going to get replaced.
He got super kicked out.
Yes, because Kenny Omega gave the last little line as the camera panned over that in every fairy tale there is a hero, but you also need a villain. And lights came back on. Martys Girl would be standing in the ring. He would have himself a Bullet Club umbrella. The Bucks would react and then kick Super Adam Cole.
Kick Super Cole.
Kick Super Cole in the face. And then the dismantling of Adam Cole with a umbrella across the face. Adam Cole has been officially replaced by the villain Martys Girl in the Bullet Club.
Interesting choice.
I like it. Martys Girl has
He's made a lot of appearances on the Being the Elite.
he's become a mainstay on Being the Elite. He has easily become one of the favorites on the Ring of Honor roster.
Yeah, so it's almost like, I feel like potentially with how much he's been hanging out with Cole and the Bucks, like they've been grooming him for the spot, like getting him ready to be the next Bullet Club guy.
Yeah.
Especially if he's legitimately replacing Adam Cole in the Bullet Club, then that puts Martys Girl like as the leader of Bullet Club America.
Essentially. I think...
Because that's kind of where Adam Cole saw himself.
Yeah.
He was the leader of the American contingency of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Where Omega is the leader of Bullet Club Japan.
I think they might... I think in this sense they might have Matt and Nick as co-leaders of the American branch. But we don't know how the Bullet Club works exactly. We'll see how they end up doing this. But then our main event was Daniels defending the Ring of Honor World Championship of the world against the American Nightmare, Cody and Jay Lethal in a triple threat match.
In a triple threat tweak your knee match.
Yeah, because both Cody...
Lethal and...
Lethal and Daniels both did it.
Daniels fairly early... Or it was... Lethal did it fairly early on.
Dove and then came down real hard on his leg.
Yeah, and I like... Colt really, like... explained it very well on what made it the most likely because of the dive, was the fact that he was diving onto Daniels and Cody, who are two very differing in heights and like Cody's a lot bigger than Daniels.
Yeah, you're trying to judge that dive and take out two guys that are very different in height, and so you're trying to tweak. You're trying to move your body in the correct way to hit both guys. Therefore, it throws you off balance, and you might come down harder on one leg than the other.
Yeah. Daniels happened when he was taking the crossroads.
Yes. Cody hit the crossroads, and
Daniels' lower body just didn't seem to move as fast as the upper body went.
Yeah.
And
it was...
And then once they landed, Daniels started holding his leg.
Like almost immediately.
And then they transitioned almost immediately into a table spot where they put Daniels through a table on the outside.
Yes.
So it looked like they did that like almost right away so they could give him time to shake it off maybe.
Yeah, and so...
Because he did.
Yeah, he did. He did. Came back in grand fashion because we had a lot of just Lethal versus Rhodes, which is great because that's why both these guys are in the match. A lot of fallout from their first match.
And it was good to play on the fact that Lethal's leg was bugging him because Cody was trying to finish him off with the figure four leg lock.
Yeah, and so, lock in that move that Jay Lethal knows well, that's, part of Cody Rhodes' family history as far as, the feuds between Dusty and Ric Flair. But while in the figure four, Daniels finds the wherewithal to hit the BME on Cody Rhodes and pin and retain the ROH World Championship of the world. So Daniels is still champion. Neither Jay Lethal or Cody were very happy about the situation because neither of them were in a position that they could get out of.
Yeah.
I'm sure this trio of issues will continue into the next show. I believe is Best in the World is what we're coming up on now. So lots more stuff to happen. with the Ring of Honor Championship, along with the new member of the Bullet Club, and all kinds of stuff. Fallout from Ring of Honor, War of the Worlds, but we've got other stuff we gotta talk about.
Yes. Enough of that.
Let's do this.
On to the other things that happened this weekend. On Friday, the 12th, Shine 42 from the Orpheum in Ybor City, Florida. Dimension to Rhodes defeated Aja Pereira in the pre-show match, the Sparkle Showcase. Bad handwriting, sorry. Maria defeated Dynamite Dee Dee. Kira Hogan defeated Priscilla Kelly. ACR defeated Lindsay Snow. Ariel Monroe defeated Aria Blake. Evilise and Mercedes Martinez defeated Santana Garrett and Gabby Castrovinci to become the new Shine Tag Team Champions. Congratulations.
Good luck taking those away.
Yeah. Allison Kay defeated Chelsea Green. Renee, Michelle, and Candy Cartwright defeated Candy Cartwright, but then outside interference from members of 2 previous matches ended up creating a 6-person tag match where Ariel Monroe, Priscilla Kelly, and Renee Michelle defeated Candy Cartwright, Kira Hogan, and Aria Blake.
Yes.
So it was a triple rematch 6-woman tag.
Yep.
Figured that one out. And then in the main event, Lufisto successfully defended the Shine Women's Championship against Leva Bates.
Alright.
But Lufisto did go on Instagram to talk about how game Leva was and how she endorses Leva Bates and that she should be in the WWE Women's Tournament.
I have a feeling that she's probably high on their list.
Yeah, except from what I've heard is that WWE kind of was thought that she wasn't behaving of a WWE superstar at the takeover where she helped the Vaudevillains.
Oh.
That's why that was like the last time she was seen.
Yeah.
Away from the ladies' action, we're going to go on to Saturday the 13th, Attack Pro Wrestling's Teenagers with Attitudes.
Yep.
Dan Maloney defeated the extremely confused Drew Parker, the love-making Demon, and Kyle. Ryan Smile defeated Elijah Dahl. Tyler Bate and Bolarama defeated the Anti-Fun Police. Then Tyler Bate defeated Fat Cat Lloyd, one of his partners, to become the new 24/7 champion.
Yeah, Tyler Bate now has like 3 championships.
He's got like 80 belts, man.
Because he's like, I think him
he's literally got
him
like
and
80
Trent
belts.
are the Progress Tag Team champions.
Yeah.
And he's just carrying belts all over the place.
Yeah. Travis Banks defeated Flash Morgan Webster, and Pete Dunne, along with FSU, they added singles wrestlers to both of these teams on the advertised match. They defeated CCK and Shea Purser.
CC Shea.
Yeah. Then we had that doubleheader we were talking about, WSU and CZW, starting with Battle Tested by WSU. Jordan Grace defeated Faye Jackson. Maria Manick defeated the Fella Twins by herself to dethrone them as the WSU Tag Team Champions. Lufisto defeated Willow Nightingale. Kira Hogan successfully defended the Spirit Championship against Lana Austin. Mercedes Martinez successfully defended the WSU Championship against Nevia. And then in the War Games match, The Reckoning defeated Leva Bates, Mia Yim, Veda Scott, Xander Bale, and Missy Sampson, who were all dressed as the Reservoir Dogs.
Yes.
That was
Which is pretty cool.
And then we had CZW Sacrifices. Private Party defeated Dub Boys. Maxwell Jacob Feinstein defeated Yuma to become the new CZW Wired Champion. Zack Sabre Jr. defeated David Starr. Shane Strickland defeated Sami Callihan. The Carnies... Was it the Carnies?
No, it was...
Storm of Entrails versus The Awakening never happened.
Yeah, it turned into a whole big brawl.
And then Masada came out and announced that his participation in the Tournament of Death.
Yay, Tournament of Death is next from CZW. I'm so excited.
You know, I make him watch it almost every year.
He does.
Leo Rush defeated Chainsaw Joe Gacy to become the new
Hell
CZW
yeah.
champion.
Good for you, sir.
And in the main event, Matt Tremont defeated Joey Janela, and Joey Janela quit CZW.
Because he's done with DJ Hyde's bullshit. But he didn't call him DJ Hyde, he called him by his real name.
Which I don't remember.
It's like
On top of
David John
all those things, we also had ROH TV.
Yes! Where we had Search and Destroy, that is Chris Sabin and Jonathan Gresham defeat Ferrara Burger after Will Ferrara decided not to get in and help Cheeseburger out of the octopus stretch. Still having issues with that tag team. Silas Young attacked.
Joey Dadiego's trying to help.
He's trying, but it's not helping very much.
No, Ferrara's becoming a dick.
Silas Young attacked Jay
Dick
Lethal
burger.
because Jay Lethal was getting a commercial and not Silas Young. So he's like, "Oh, you're getting all the fun stuff." Blah, blah, blah. And beat the hell out of Jay Lethal. Attacked the knee.
The knee part was all based on the fact that when Silas Young injured his knee, it was in a match with Jay Lethal.
Yes.
So kayfabe blames Jay Lethal for the knee injury.
Yeah. And then Silas Young followed that up by beating Bobby Fish after a distraction from the Beer City Bruiser on the outside. Fish had been attacking the knee of Silas Young. Silas took his knee brace off and whacked Fish in the head with it and pinned him directly after. And then the Briscoes and Bully Ray defeated the Rebellion with a Triple D on Rhett Titus. And then Caprice Coleman got that powerbomb through the table by Bully Ray.
And he landed way more flush than Trent did at War of the Worlds.
Yeah, Trent kind of...
Like head first.
Yeah, Trent landed on his head. Caprice took a pretty decent table bump. But that is it for results. Got a couple of news stories we want to talk about. Do we want to get the sad one out of the way?
We should.
Okay.
We should.
So on April 29th for Ronin Pro Wrestling, which was in Florida, a guy named Wayne Van Dyke, his wrestling name was Richard Delicious, suffered a heart attack during a pre-show tag team match. Immediately tagged out because he told his partner he wasn't feeling well. They ended up getting him in an ambulance. He had a second heart attack in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, and then a third one at the hospital while people were trying to help him out. He was put in a medically induced coma and unfortunately passed away this past Friday. I mean, the guy was only 29 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he had issues with drugs that helped create the issue, or
could have
maybe,
been like a pre-existing heart condition.
Yeah, a heart condition that was just aggravated by the wrestling. It's just
a hereditary condition.
Yeah, there's no actual.
At that age, it's extremely hard to tell what it would be.
I mean, that's how old I am, and that's terrifying. So yeah, I mean, luckily I don't have any heart problems. I'm doing just fine, but it's that sucks, man. I mean, I guess he can say that he died doing what he loved because he was in the mid. I mean, he had been there. I think he was like a light heavyweight champion and a U.S. champion a couple times for the company.
On one of the Facebook pages I run for my other thing that I do, I referee independent wrestling shows. There was like a huge outpouring of people that I saw this morning talking about the passing of Wayne Van Dyke.
And before his passing, WWN Live was planning on donating profits from both the upcoming Full Impact Pro show, which we'll be covering, and the Styles Battle show that are going to be happening later in the month towards his medical bills. So I would imagine that those shows will probably be benefit shows for his family, and just kind of a thank you to him and what he did for professional wrestling. So our condolences to his family, his friends, his fans. It's unfortunate that the guy wasn't even 30 years old. It's rough to think, so we can only hope that the hard times pass and that they get some answers as to why he died so suddenly.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some other stuff. Over the course of the next couple weeks, I'm going to be talking about New Japan's Best of the Super Juniors. I won't have
always an exciting tournament.
Yes. Talked about the brackets last week. If you want to check out last week's indie news, we got Martys Girl, we've got Jushin Thunder Liger, we've got Reisuke Taguchi,
Ricochet.
We got Ricochet, we got Will Osprey, Dragon Lee. Lots of really fun people in this year's tournament. You can go back, check those out, or you can go to the New Japan link down below. You can get all the information there. You can also check out the Best of Super Juniors Wikipedia page. They have the breakdown. I'll just be giving you points. I won't be covering New Japan shows as a whole. Just be focusing on the tournament, which leads up to Dominion on June 11th. So I'll be talking about that. And speaking of New Japan, at their G1 special here in America, their very first American show. They'll be doing a round-robin tournament for the IWGP United States Championship.
As if New Japan needed another belt. They're going to get one.
Hey.
WWE can have a UK championship, so New Japan can have a US championship.
At least more people care about the New Japan belts. Not a lot of people care about the WWE belts.
Not anymore.
But yeah, Jay Lethal was officially announced to be part of the tournament. And then before everything happened at War of the Worlds, Hangman Page came out and said that he had issues with the fact that Jay Lethal was the first one announced. So there's a good chance that Hangman Page might be in it. If Silas Young is having issues with Jay Lethal, there's a good chance he might be in it. So we don't have a full breakdown of everyone that's going to be in it, but Jay Lethal for sure will be in that round-robin tournament. And I believe those shows are in July. So looking forward to that.
Yep.
That's it for the news. It's time for upcoming shows, where I have none because we'll be talking about Best of the Super Juniors for the next couple weeks. So Kevin Hawk, let us know the 6 shows that are happening this weekend.
Alright, the ones we cover happening this weekend, Friday the 19th, House of Hardcore 26 from St. James in New York. Dan Moff, a.k.a. Mafia of the Hit Squad, taking on Moose.
That's a big boy
It's a big
match.
one match, yeah. The Squad, a.k.a. Spirit Squad, a.k.a. Kenny Doan and Mike Mondo, taking on Team Tremendous.
That'll be funny.
Bully Ray's got an open challenge, and Tommy Dreamer will be going one-on-one with the American Nightmare, Cody.
Hell yeah.
And then also on Friday, PWG, Head Like a Coal.
Head like a coal.
In Reseda, California, as per usual. We're going to have the Battle of the Lees as Keith Lee takes on Trevor Lee. Michael Elgin will face off against Shane Strickland. The Chosen Bros will take on Red Dragon. Mike Haskins versus Leo Rush. Sami Callihan versus Adam Cole, baby. Penta El Cerro Miedo and Phoenix,
The Lucha Brothers,
will defend their newly won Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks in a rematch. And then Zack Sabre Jr. defends the PWG Championship against Trent.
Hey, that'll be fun.
Saturday the 20th, we've got a doubleheader coming in from Women's Wrestling Revolution, the offshoot of Beyond, and then Beyond themselves.
Yes.
Starting at 2 p.m., WWR brings you Brick House. The only matches they have announced so far are Tessa Blanchard versus Jordan Grace and Chelsea Green versus
Veda Scott.
Veda Scott. I just wrote Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green versus Veda Scott.
I don't know why I stopped writing. And then that's at 2 at 6 p.m. The Beyond Wrestling Please Don't Die.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
We've got Dan Barry versus Rex Lawless. Tabernacle Team versus Team Triple XL.
Yeah, Tabernacle making a return. We haven't talked about them in a while.
AR Fox versus Brandon Watts. Jordan Grace wrestling again, this time against Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, she's playing double duty.
Yes. EYFBO takes on the Gentleman's Club. Paul London is going to be on the show facing David Starr. And then Sami Callihan versus John Silver.
All right.
Also happening on Saturday, Evolve 84 in Summit, Illinois. Looks like Evolve is doing a Midwest run.
Yeah.
Fred Yehi versus Jason Kincaid. Leo Rush versus Austin Theory. Tracy Williams versus Jeff Cobb. Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijak. Doom Patrol will defend the tag team titles against Matt Nix and Isaiah Velasquez. Zack Sabre Jr. defends the Evolve Championship against Ethan Page, and Matt Riddle defends the WWN Live Championship against Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes.
And then there's also going to be an Attack Pro show soundtrack to a head drop, and that's going to be taking place in Bristol. No matches yet announced. That'll be good fun.
Not yet.
Then on Sunday, still in the Midwest, in Livonia, Michigan, Evolve 85, with Fred Yehi taking on Keith Lee, Ethan Page, who could potentially be the Evolve champion, taking on Donovan Dijak, Tracy Williams versus the potential WWN Live champion Kyle O'Reilly, or in case they both retain, Matt Riddle could be defending the WWN Live Championship against Jeff Cobb, And Zack Sabre Jr. could be defending the Evolve Championship against Leo Rush.
Leo Rush looking to add another championship to his collection.
What's already a great resume.
Yeah, he's working his way up the ladder pretty fast. So get ready to feel a rush of Leo Rush. That's what he says.
All right.
Cool. We're done now. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click the links down in the description.
We have tons of links. Our podcast, the SoundCloud link is also down there, but those aren't the important links this go around.
Nope, we're talking about the ones at the top of the list. Those are the ones that will send you all the websites and or Facebooks of the people that we just got done talking about.
Yeah, like ChikaraPro.com.
Like ROHWrestling.com.
Like CZWrestling.com.
And many more. We want to add more based on your suggestion.
We did add one more.
Yeah, we added because of Yeah Boy.
Yeah, boy!
There you go. We are going to be talking about Full Impact Pro. They will be on our upcoming shows next week. So if you want to be like Yeah Boy, or if you want to be like Jamie, who gave us Attack Pro Wrestling, you can post down in the comments or using any of the social medias. Send us links to any type of information and or video of your favorite or local promotion.
Yeah, we're talking about websites, Twitters, YouTube accounts, Facebook accounts, Instagrams, whatever they have. We want to see it so we can assess it, and if we like it, we talk about it. Specifically, though, we really want
upcoming shows and immediate results.
Yeah.
If we can get results immediately or within 24 hours of the show happening, that is so necessary because it's very difficult finding results sometimes. Yeah. So make sure you can get us those. If we like what you guys have going for them, we will talk about them on a regular basis. We'll give you a shout out for bringing them to our attention.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we will be talking about a Powerbomb.tv show.
Yes.
As we've been talking with Vin Gerard. We're getting more information. We'll be putting that. I think we'll start putting some more of that stuff in our news just to kind of push the show a little bit more. Check out Powerbomb.tv. You can get a subscription to where you can watch the upcoming show, Break the Barrier, on June 11th. All the information over there. We'll be talking about it a little bit more as the show gets closer.
Yeah, and since we're working sort of personally into this venture of the Powerbomb.tv show, it's actually one that we're going to be sort of plugging on a weekly basis until it happens. Unlike most of the indie shows we talk about the week before they happen, we're going to be progressively just keep on plugging this one. So get ready to be sick of hearing about this Powerbomb.tv venture.
But if anyone else wants to keep sending us information, work with us on a personal basis, we can continue to talk about other shows. Just contact us via Facebook, and we will talk about it.
We can work something out.
Absolutely. But for now, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Booyah.
Yeah, boy!